With the super tonic or the fire cider recipe, when you take the horseradish, cut on the outsides, and you might, I know if you need gloves, or just make sure that everything around you, you've got nothing coming close to the eyes, because even the jalapeno can get pretty spicy. So I slice it all the way around, and then you could chop it up fine, or you can add it to a blender or something to do that for you. And with the garlic, one of my tips, what I usually do is you want to break it up and allow the medicinal properties to release, and that usually takes about 10 minutes. So you would take your garlic. You might have a tool to do that. I use this as my tool, and I do a little mashing lovingly, and then it gives me the ability to break it up a little easier. And then I set these aside. You could technically add this to a broth if you want. And then I'll slice up the garlic from here. And the ginger root, you can decide if you've cleaned it, if it's organic and you want to leave the outside on, that I'll leave that up to you. I like to do that, especially in recipes like this. So you can either tear a little piece of it, or just cut if you decide on the outside to open it up like that. And then also you could set this aside and use this in your soup broth. I do the same thing. I kind of mash it lovingly. And so sometimes I'll make little marks in the ginger, and same thing with the turmeric, just to kind of break it up a little bit more. And then with the turmeric, this is pretty intense, and also this is a new white shirt, so there's a really good chance my intention is not to make it orange, but so this is pretty testy, so just be careful, because this could get into a lot of areas and nooks and crannies around the kitchen or your body or clothes. So same thing, you could either shave it or use as is and slice it a little bit. You don't necessarily have to mash it as well. And the jalapeno, be really, really careful. I like spicy things, but jalapenos to me are super smoking hot. So I just will cut, and I might not use all of the seeds inside, but very carefully as you're touching it. And then hopefully if you have a system for slicing the medium-sized white onion, go ahead and slice it up. And then you would put everything into your vessel for the fire cider. And again, just kind of bring it together, orchestrate it nicely, and put the apple cider vinegar on top, and then place the top on, and make sure you label it. Label it with what it is, and label it with also the date.